Oh, hello, Abraham. It's so good to see you again.
It's good to be seen.
Yes. Well, thanks to you, your philosophy, and all the tools and processes, I have made dramatic changes in my life, and I'm extremely happy. I have, in general, a really happy, good life. There is contrast.
Good.
But I don't agonize or stay with the contrast too much. I'm able to pivot and kind of get back on track. And I feel that I've built a foundation of growing energy that I'm creating from a different place than I used to, because my energy is more consistently connected. And I feel like I might be ready for the graduate school of deliberate creation. I can remember back to some early tapes when you said quantum leaps are possible, but not recommended because they can be very uncomfortable.
It's not even part of the graduate training. By the time you're in graduate training, quantum leaps are not even desired.
Tell me more.
Well, what a quantum leap says is, here I am in this place that I really don't want to be, and I'm wanting to jump far from where I am into a far different place, where what we're wanting you to come to realize is that everywhere you are has so many aspects that are admirable, and that if you are training yourself to look at the positive aspects of where you are, then you don't have that sensation that you want to jump so far, so fast into a different place. And then there is this comfortable, steady, never-ending, perceivable, delicious, steady, we already said that, wonderful, comfortable, we already said that, steady unfolding. You see, when you get into the rhythm that you are an eternal and an expanding being, and that the expansion is natural and wanted, but it's an expansion that's expected and natural, not one that's demanded or needed. The thing about a quantum leap is, here I am in this place that I am aware of that needs improvement, and there's my improvement. And oh, how I wish that I could somehow just leave behind me what is uncomfortable and go to this bigger, brighter, better place. And there is something inherent even in that desire that slows the whole thing down.
May I give you an example? I have had a dream car in my mind, and I know I could actually go buy that dream car by selling a piece of property. I'd have the money for it. I could take that action. And I have seen this dream car in my mind. I've driven it. I've smelled the fresh smell of leather and newness with the car. I've gone through the gears. It's a sports car. I've gone around the curves. I see cars like this on the road, and I appreciate them because I know I'm going to have one of those. So I know I could take action and make it happen. My idea of a quantum leap was I'd like for it to just show up in my garage and be mine. Now, I know that's not realistic. I'm wondering, I guess that's just too big of a leap?
Well, actually, we can feel a lot of harmony in that intention, because what you're saying is, I have enough belief in my ability to achieve this that I could take a rather big path of no resistance and just sell the property and go get the car. But what we also hear you saying is, but this car represents more to me than just the desire for the car. It represents an opportunity to show myself how well the universe can yield to me in other surprising ways. So while I'm not really, we can feel this, while I'm not really deliberately trying to get in the way of it, I'm wanting the universe to deliver the complete means. I'm wanting the universe to orchestrate it in the way Abraham says the universe can orchestrate it. I'd like it to appear for me in a way where I am taking no action at all. And we would say to you that you are in the graduate class of deliberate creating when you start feeling like that. Because what you're saying is, I trust that the means to achieve anything is there. And I am willing to take more of a back seat from making things happen and take keener action in allowing things to happen. And another thing about this that is very important and very worth emphasizing is you are also discovering some pleasure in maintaining the dream. There is pleasure in maintaining a dream, and there is pleasure in watching the surprising details that the universe can unfold for you. If you were to sell the property and go get the car would thrill you for a while, a day.
At least.
Well, maybe longer, but not for
Longer,
while the dream can thrill you longer and longer and longer. But when we tell this story to our physical friends from our non-physical perspective, we often hear you say, "Oh, you old dead goat, of course you don't care about the car because you're not physically focused and you just want us to get into our head like you're in your head and live happily ever after apart from manifestation." And that isn't our point at all. We want every manifestation for you that you desire. We just don't want you to misunderstand the power of manifestation in your life. We don't think it's what it's cracked up to be. We don't think that the manifestation thrills you as much as you think it will. We think the manifestation is the way you try to fill a lot of voids that we would rather that you fill with energy. And when you start filling the void with energy and with connection and with clarity and with laughter and with appreciation and with the emotions that come from alignment, then the physical things don't matter so much. And when the physical things don't matter so much, then they flow easily into your experience. And you say, well, how can that be? How can I have to not care about them before what I care about comes? And we say, it's all about that alignment thing, isn't it? It's all about finding the way to soothe yourself so there is no resistance. We like what we hear from you because we want you to feel that the goal which titillates, the goal which evokes interest, that's its primary value. It evokes interest. It evokes life force. It calls energy through you. So when you discover the perfection of energy being called through with no resistance, that's that wave you want to ride. To want with no resistance. Pre-manifestation. Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Pre-manifestation, that wanting and knowing that you can do it and just waiting for the best possibility, the best way, the most satisfying way of breaking it out. It's sort of like, you know you're going to get hungry and you know you're going to eat, but don't you really love it when you find something really good to eat?
Mm-hmm. And savoring
Don't
it.
you really like to go to a place where the whole experience is wonderful? And isn't it better than just going to the gas station and fueling up? In other words, don't you just love to milk it more? And so that's what we are wanting you to do relative to all of your desires. We're wanting you to understand that they exist for the satisfaction of the process and the savoring of the process and the watching of the way the universe dances and the number of people that can come into place and the different ideas that will flow to you and the fun that you have along the way are all so much more important than that final manifestation. The final manifestation is just part of the next launching pad. The manifestation of this desire is just the launching pad for the next desire. It's sort of like the runway is important to the jet that will take flight, but the flight is so much more than the short trip down the runway. And your now experience, all of those manifestations are just the runway from which you take flight, but the flight is your life experience, you see.
I like that analogy.
So someone says, did you get your new car? And you say, oh, I'm still milking it. And they say, what? Oh, I'm still milking it. What? Did you get it or didn't you get it? I'm still savoring it. I'm still benefiting by the sharp desire and the absolute expectation that I'm coming to. Well, did you get the car or didn't you get the car? I'm using the car to draw life through me and to measure my ability to align. But did you get the car? No, I'm putting that off. I'm putting that off for a little while I savor. You mean you'd rather not have the car than have the car? Oh, no. I want the car, and because I want the car, now is so good. If I didn't want the car, this wouldn't be so good. Wait, you want the car, and you're glad you don't have it yet? Yes, I'm savoring, I'm loving the ride the desire for the car is giving me. I'm loving the clarity, and I'm loving the fun, and I'm loving the intensified emotions that I'm feeling, and I'm loving being able to feel if I'm on point or not. I love the life-giving idea of getting the car. Well, then why don't you get the car? I will. I am. I am, but I'm really not really wanting to get the car before I get the next things I want lined up too. In other words, I'm going to get a lot of things in the wings so that I get the car and I experience the deliciousness of the car, and oh, let me tell you, it's going to feel so good to settle into that car. The smell of it, the feeling of dependability, the way I feel when I just think about it, I'm going to love that car. That car is going to serve me and soothe me and take care of me and thrill me for many, many years. Oh, I'm excited. Now see what you're doing? Now you are expanding the benefit of the car. Even before you get the car, you're launching the benefit and the reward and the deliciousness of the car far into your future. In other words, can you feel how much better that is than just getting the car and having the whippy that's proportionate to all that you've mustered so far? Why not get a whole bunch more? Oh, and once I get the car, there will be many more things in the wings that will take the place of the car. What do you mean? Well, the car right now is serving as something that I can focus upon easily and feel thrilled about. But eventually, I'm going to have the car and it's going to feel normal. So I will always need something else like the car out there that's drawing life force through me. I'm not ever going to get it done. I'm always going to be incomplete. And there will always be something on my plate and just beyond it that I'm reaching for in order to feel the deliciousness of the focus of creative energy that is me. That was good. We want you to not care about the manifestation so much you slow it down.
I hear you.
Yes. Good time for a segment of refreshment. We are complete.